This is not good. There is a lot wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles right now, and this can serve as your therapy session. Is the season slipping away? Are the Dallas Cowboys somehow going to win the NFC East? Are our worst fears coming true? Is it 2023 all over again? It certainly feels like that. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. My name is Chase Sr. Eagles fall 24-15 on Black Friday against the Chicago Bears, and it was ugly. Don't even let 15 points fool you. This Eagles offense was dreadful. This Eagles offense sucked. This Eagles offense was anemic. This Eagles offense was listless again. And on the defensive side of the ball, Eagles defense played pretty well. But this is an Eagles team that on both sides of the ball got punked, got bullied, got pantsed, got ran over and ran through. Pause. This Chicago Bears team had so much success running the ball that it goes down as a historic performance. This is the best rushing game that the Bears have had since 1985. No cap. 22 carries for 130 yards for rookie Kyle Monangai. 18 carries for 125 yards for DeAndre Swift, the North Philly native who played for the Eagles in 2023 and went to Cardinal O'Hara. 47 totes for 281 yards for the Chicago Bears today. So it wasn't just an offensive problem. From start to finish, this Bears team took control of this game and seized control of this game in a manner where you never seriously felt as though the Eagles were going to be able to win this game. Look at these numbers here to my right. It felt worse. This felt like a 40-10 loss. Bears put up 425 yards of total offense. Eagles had 317, 200 of those in garbage time. And isn't this a nutty number? Caleb Williams throws for 144 yards, but the Bears as a team run for 281 yards. Chicago goes 10 of 17 on third downs. Eagles go 4 of 12. And when I talk about seizing control of the game and really grabbing this game by the neck, the Bears did it from the jump. They dominated the first 2 quarters. They dominated the last 2 quarters. They dominated the full 60 minutes. The Bears had the ball this afternoon for 39 minutes and 18 seconds. They win time of possession by nearly 20 minutes in a 60-minute ball game. What did I say at the start of this show? There is so much wrong with this team. Where do you even begin? On offense, no play calling feel, no play calling rhythm, no creativity, a lack of aggressiveness. Everything is predictable. Everything is vanilla. The concepts don't make sense and they're not complementary. That has to do with Nick Sirianni and his offense. It has to do with Kevin Patullo being the coordinator. And it has to do with Jalen Hurts, who outside of the start of that Cowboys game, since the bye week, has been absolutely horrid. Jalen Hurts is killing this team right now. He's inaccurate. He struggles to throw in inclement weather. And you saw today the difference between Caleb Williams' arm strength when the wind was howling, when it was cold, and Jalen Hurts. Caleb could cut it through the wind. There was some zip behind those balls, even the incompletions. With Hurts, dead ducks out there. And it's a problem. And at 8-4, this season seems to be falling apart. This season is unraveling at the seams. The momentum is going against the Eagles right now. And I just don't see how this Eagles team is capable of turning it around for a stretch run because of all of the issues that have been persistent and this Eagles offense pretty much being terrible for the entire season. And It's not that the Eagles would make this move because he's done an awful job, because I do believe player execution and penalties have really hurt him because he's called good plays at times. I think Nick Sirianni has no choice. If Nick Sirianni wants to save the season, which right now is falling apart, and the 2023 vibes are present all over again, he has to fire Kevin Patullo, and he has to make a change at offensive coordinator. And if he doesn't fire him, maybe he's nice about it like he was in 2023 with Sean Desai, where they moved him up to the booth and had Matt Patricia calling the defense. Kevin Patullo can't call this offense any longer. Jalen Hurts has regressed. Jalen Hurts is playing poorly. This offense is hard to watch. I feel like I am watching a 1960s offense. And this will be hard for Sirianni to do this because him and Patullo are best friends and they've overlapped for years and have worked together going back to their Colts days. I think it comes down to this. Sirianni needs to make a change at offensive coordinator just to light a fire under this offense to see if it works. There are two internal options. Quarterbacks coach Scott Loeffler, who called plays at Bowling Green, and Parks Frazier, who has called plays in the past with the Indianapolis Colts and is the pass game coordinator. If the Eagles want to save their season, and if they are serious about trying to get the season back on track and repeating as Super Bowl champions, Nick Sirianni, as the CEO head coach, has to make a change at offensive coordinator. Jeffrey Lurie in the booth did not look happy. I have never seen an Eagles stadium so empty with 2 minutes to go. Eagles fans are tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of this bullshit. You're all tired of this bullshit. And the product is not lying to us. The Eagles have had good quarters. They have had good halves. Outside of the Giants game, they haven't put together a full 60-minute ball game all year long. 13 weeks in the books. 12 games in the books. We're about to embark on week 14. And while this Eagles team is falling apart and they're choking, the Dallas Cowboys are the hottest team in football. They're streaking. They're feeling confident. And there isn't a team in the NFC that wants to play the Dallas Cowboys right now. And what looked to be impossible just 2 weeks ago now looks plausible and possible. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys are a threat. The Dallas Cowboys are for real. And the Dallas Cowboys might win the NFC East. Hasn't been a repeat divisional winner in the NFC East since 2004. And when the Eagles were 8-2, and going into the bye week, the Cowboys were 3-5-1, I would have called you crazy that you needed a mental checkup if you would have told me then that the Cowboys could win this division. Eagles have lost 2 in a row. Cowboys have won 3 in a row. Their offense is fireworks. It's electric. And their defense vastly improved since the Quinnen Williams trade. Another big implication of this game is that the Eagles, going into that Cowboys game, just on Sunday, 5 days ago, were the number 1 seed in the NFC. In the span of 5 days and 2 games, they have dropped to the number 3 seed. They no longer had the tiebreaker over the Chicago Bears. Bears move up to the 2 spot. And the thing with the Rams and the Cowboys, when you look at this NFC playoff picture, the Rams have a very easy schedule remaining. The Cowboys have a very easy schedule remaining. The Eagles still have a couple of really hard games. Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders remaining for Philadelphia. There is a lot of work to do, and this defense was looking incredible. This defense in the last 2 games has not been a good unit in stopping the run. And against Dallas, they couldn't stop the run. They gave up a ton of explosive plays downfield. And against Chicago, they couldn't stop a nosebleed as far as a run. They couldn't stop a parked car as far as the running game goes. Now, context is always important. This offense is doing absolutely nothing to help out this Eagles defense. And this Eagles defense is getting tired. They're getting worn down. But this defense is also lacking in some key areas, even early in the game. The Eagles gave up the most rushing yards in the first half, going all the way back to 2015. It's one of the worst performances they've had in a long time in trying to stop the run. And even early in this game, when they still had some gas in the tank, the running lanes were gaping and wide open. The difference in offensive scheme, structure, play calling, and play design going from Ben Johnson to Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni, it's a different sport. Ben Johnson's offense is so in sync. It's in rhythm. There's so much window dressing and creativity to redirect the eyes of the defense, to direct the attention of the defense to go somewhere where you run a play somewhere else. They do such a great job of setting you up where they will run it outside, outside, outside. Then they'll bust a big play on the inside. Then they'll operate play action off of that. Ben Johnson's offense is so creative, exotic, and aggressive and fun to watch, whereas this Eagles offense is so predictable, vanilla, and hard to watch. It's a different sport. And at the end of the day, Nick Sirianni deserves the arrows that are being shot toward him. He's an offensive guy. This is his offensive system. Kevin Patullo was his pick for OC. And I guarantee you this, Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, Nick Sirianni, going to have some difficult conversations tonight. Because what is happening cannot continue. The Eagles look broken, mentally, physically, spiritually. They look worn down, just like they did in 2023. Now, the difference between 2023 and now is that this defense in 2025 is so much younger and better than the 2023 unit. But on offense, this offense might be worse. Offensive line stinks. They can't run. Jalen Hurts has been horrible. The play calling, the scheme, it all sucks. You know what doesn't suck? Our friends at Ridge and their Black Friday deal. Upgrade your wallet today with Ridge, and this is the last wallet you'll ever have to get. Durable, slim, modern design, and the Ridge 2.0 is an absolute game changer. See it for yourself at ridge.com/chat, but for a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com/chat. Get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's ridge.com/chat for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you make your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that Chat Sports sent you. Made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. The Ridge 2.0 holds up to 12 cards plus cash. Over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. You can even get a wallet that features the Philadelphia Eagles or every NFL, Major League Baseball, or college team. Perfect for holiday gifting, especially since Ridge is having that biggest sale of the year right now. Plus, all Ridge wallets have a new industry-leading built-for-life warranty, so even if your wallet is lost or stolen, they've got you covered. Does it give you peace of mind knowing that all Ridge wallets have RFID blocking technology, keeping you safe from digital pickpocketers? Over 100,000 five-star reviews. That is proof that Ridge is a gift that people love to receive. Get up to 47% off. Use the code CHAT, ridge.com/chat. Going to put that link down below in the comment section, in the show notes, and attached to the pinned comment of today's Philadelphia Eagles. Now, thanks to Ridge for sponsoring today's show. So, you take away that first quarter and the first half of that Cowboys loss, where the Eagles went up 21-0. Eagles were outscored 24-0 from that point forward. Didn't score a point the last 41 minutes of the game. And then today, they lose 24-15. The Eagles have gotten outscored 48-15 in the last game and a half. It's an issue. Jalen Hurts, missing throws, late on reads, inaccurate. 19 of 34, 230, 2 touchdowns a pick, and had a fumble on the tush push. I'm tired of the tush push. I never thought I would say it. I've been a big proponent of the play, but when the Eagles' interior offensive line has been as bad as it's been all year, it's not an effective play because the Eagles can't get any push. And the turning point of this game was when it was 10-9. The Eagles get a huge turnover. Jalix Hunt picks off Caleb Williams. The Eagles get a gift, and they take over in plus territory. The Eagles get into the red zone. And Jalen Hurts on a tush push gets stripped. Nahshon Wright rips the ball away from him. Nahshon Wright has the most turnovers produced by any player in the NFL this year. Played under John Beam, by the way, RIP. JUCO kid. Played at Oregon State, long and lengthy corner, got beat earlier in the game by A.J. Brown. But that was the turning point of the game because the Eagles are in a position there to take the lead. And then Hurts fumbles, Bears respond with a 12-play, 87-yard drive. They take 8:44 off the clock. And from there, it was ball game. I felt it. Everybody else felt it. Jalen Hurts has been killing this team, with the exception of that first half against Dallas. He was awful against Green Bay. He was bad against Detroit. And he was bad against Chicago. And it hasn't helped that in the last 10 years or whatever, he's had 10 different offensive coordinators. And if you go to another OC, it's another OC. But this offense needs juice. And I think that only comes with the play calling change. And if Nick Sirianni does not make a change at offensive coordinator, the Eagles season is over. So another bad loss for the Birds. And let's see. They lost against the Giants. They lost to the Broncos and the Giants. They beat Minnesota, the Giants, Detroit, and Green Bay. The Eagles are 4-4 in their last 8 games. The Eagles are 4-4 in their last 8 games, and it feels like they've been an average and bad team. Our eyes are not lying to us. The tape is not lying to us. The numbers are not lying to us. This is an average team that when they've had their best seasons under Nick Sirianni, they peak late. When they had their worst seasons under Nick Sirianni, really only 2023, and right now, they go in a downward trend late. And right now, the Eagles are going in a downward trajectory. Hard game coming up on Monday night, week 14, against the Chargers. They're banged up, but they're good. You come back home against the Raiders. Then you go Washington, Buffalo, Washington. Still plenty of meat left on the bone, but there is a lot that has to change. And this Eagles team needs to play so much better. And I just don't know what is going to change. The offensive line personnel ain't changing. If you don't make a change at OC, it ain't changing. Where do the Eagles go? I'm not sure. Hit that subscribe button. As always, win or lose, I'm always here for the Bird Gang. I appreciate you. I love you. And I've got you covered every step of the way, win or loss for the Birds.